I don't know how you think that being white makes you better when white skin is the weakest skin you can have. I've gotten a sunburn from eating lunch indoors too close to a window. So.
Melanin is the key semiconductor in all of your clients. And you need to do everything possible to make sure that their melanin sheets in their head and on their surfaces are pristine. Then you get a perfect athlete. That's how the Sherpas do it.
Melanin pigment, right?
Right.
Is so unbelievable, George. They use it in computer chips now because it has an ability to transduce electrical energy. Can you imagine this?
Every time I see melanin in the sun and just seeing what the sun does to our skin, it literally turns into liquid gold. I just think to myself, racism is really stupid.
Is it true that coming out of the sun?
The white supremacist wanted us to hate our skin tone because he knew what it held. He knew that it was the very essence of the creation. And he knew that creation itself tried to cooperate with the melanin in the black people. And that is why he made people to feel so inferior and, awful about their skin tone. But now the reality is hitting back and they're realizing that their lie never worked because black people continue to make sure that melanin is much known, that it is of profit, especially to a black person. Now, I just want us to watch these clips that I compiled here for you. And then let's be back here. I'll be discussing much about the same, and I would love to get to hear from your side. I'd love to get to hear your perspective concerning this. Make sure you drop it in the comment section. For now, let's watch it, guys.
Okay, this is a story about how I went to the Philippines and I got so sunburned that I had to go to the ER. This is me day one, super happy to be there and just having drinks, having a good time. And then we went island hopping. This is where things went wrong and I went in the water and I decided to do this for a pretty long time. Next morning I didn't feel good at all and I told Danny's parents that I didn't feel good. They didn't believe me until this started happening. We started to get a little worried. I started swelling more. This is me on the ride over to the hospital. This is me at the hospital. Basically, my face just kept swelling. After almost 5 hours in the ER, this is what I looked like. Yeah, everybody was definitely staring at me and thought I was a monster. Morning after hospital. Another after hospital. This was me after like 2 days.
Ain't it fun?
Pack sunscreen, like I literally never need it. No, I'm not even sunburned, it's just that like my tan just shows up really red. I don't even get burnt. It's crazy. Like you would think because I'm so pale, but no, never. Trust me, like it's just because I have freckles and it makes me look a little bit more red, but no, like it doesn't even hurt. I didn't even notice it when Ricky said something. I'm just not burnt. Tomorrow I'm gonna be so tan. I just have to get a little red first.
This is gonna be a tan by tomorrow.
I'm one of those people where I burn and then I tan.
My skin has like that olive undertone. I know it looks red right now, but trust me,
This is like a good burn though.
the UV's only 9, so I'm probably good on sunscreen. My grandma was half Italian.
As a black girl, here's my face without natural sunlight. So let's go greet the sun and let's see. My skin is just looking. I see the reason why black people love the sun.
This is my face with no sunlight. Now let's look at how much the sun loves my skin. Watch this, watch this. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, dig.
The craziest thing about going to Europe as an American for me was seeing the way that white people's skin ages in its natural habitat. Because I've lived in California my entire life, and my skin has visible sun damage everywhere. Like, you know, there's these sunspots, these freckles, these like really fine lines that come from tanning and burning and blah, blah, blah. And everyone I know who's white, who has lived in the same area, they have a similar situation. If you look closely, there's sun damage all over their skin. I'm not saying it's a tragedy. I'm just saying, like, that's a fact of life. That's just what happens. When I went to Poland, for the first time ever, I saw white people who were like full-grown, like 50-year-old adults with basically no sun damage. Like, if you looked at them, obviously they were like, you could tell that they were 50. They had normal wrinkles from like being alive for that long and smiling and laughing and whatever. But like, they didn't have like sun damage wrinkles or spots or freckles or anything. They didn't have like any of this stuff. They were just like flat white. Like just completely white. Like alabaster. And it was crazy because I've never even like seriously thought that that was possible. I didn't know. I mean, I guess I know it makes sense historically that if your skin evolved for that place, it wouldn't get damaged. But I've just never seen that before in America ever. And it was just so shocking to me. And it just made me think about how unfit for the environment white people truly are in America.
Melanin pigment, right?
Right.
Is so unbelievable, George. They use it in computer chips now because it has an ability to transduce electrical energy. Can you imagine this? It has this incredible ability to hold on to and transduce and manipulate electrons, electronic energy, and photons, photonic energy. It's a fascinating molecule.
Melanin is the chemical key to life. There is nothing else to study in science but melanin. We call it chemi, which means black. The people who study melanin particles call what they're studying, the science is called chemistry. What you call chemistry, the study of melanin particles that go around in an orbit, and we call them electrons, protons, solitons. Those are melanin particles. That's why we call it chemistry. And the country you come from is called Kemet, which some people call Egypt. There's nothing else to study but melanin. And if you study chemistry or heard of chemistry and haven't heard the word melanin, you have just been studying social science.
People will never stop doing is when they come back from summer vacation and they're like, hey, we're the same skin tone now. And then you compare arms, and you're like, wait, hold on, we actually are the same skin tone. And it's looking a fun, jolly time. The only thing is, you're all artificial, baby. And I'm all natural. I was born like this.
This is amazing. Look here. This is just amazing. Look at this.
No ways. Look at that.
Wow.
Oh my God, girl. You should see.
This is just.
No, that's unbelievable.
This is. Yo. I saw the.
That's
I don't even have it on.
Yeah?
Alles gut, man kann sich vor allen Dingen in dieser Kamera auch sehen, ob man das gleichmäßig verteilt. Okay.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Jesus Christ, Jacob.
What?
Your skin.
Oh,
dude.
I got a little bit of color at the beach today, yeah.
Color? That looks dangerous, dude.
No, it looks bad, but this is just the base layer. I get one sunburn out of the way, and the rest of summer, I am golden brown.
Bro, your skin is boiling.
Yeah, swear to God. You're going to be like, hey, who's that Latina guy? Okay.
Melanin is not just a pigment, it's an antenna for God. People think melanin just determines skin tone, but actually melanin is not just skin deep, it's dimension deep. In eternal life sciences, melanin is not just a pigment, it's a biocrystalline photoreactive molecule that functions like a spiritual semiconductor. Melanin is a light absorbing and holding molecule, a frequency translator that stores information in vibrational form, and check this out, it's a dimensional access key to solar, planetary, and ancestral memory fields. Let that sink in. This is why certain bloodlines with higher melanin concentration were specifically targeted, such as the indigenous, the African, Aboriginal tribes, etc., because they literally held tribal shield memory keys needed for planetary grid healing and awakening. And these codes were purposefully persecuted, and the history was changed to distort this spiritual truth. Melanin isn't random, it's quantum. It's a frequency translator that connects the body to solar codes, cosmic memory, and ancestral DNA activation. So the more melanin you carry, the more light and shadow you are capable of integrating. So in essence, the more melanin, the more cellular memory, the more power, the more you are a threat to the control systems. So melanin-rich beings are being called and chose to transmute their personal and generational distortions, traumas, and collective karma stored in their ancestral DNA and planetary morphogenetic fields. And this is why their path can sometimes feel heavier, but it also carries redemptive power for all of humanity. And this is not hierarchy, it is planetary stewardship.
I have spent far too long fake tanning every week, feeling really, really insecure of my natural complexion. And I'm trying to cognitively change that and rewire these stupid connections in my brain that are making me insecure of my porcelain skin. I'm on day 4 of being pale. I'm really going to try to push it to 5. Being in public does get the best of me, and I am teaching year 11 tomorrow and being out in public and doing errands and stuff. But I'm going to try and push myself, okay? I would go to high school and I would get comments of like, oh, you look really sick, Abby. And those little comments, although are mild and they're not with malicious intent, I don't believe, they do definitely add to like way you view yourself. And as soon as I got in the habit of fake tanning every week for work, it was really hard to not hate my natural skin tone. And I'm just putting this on the grid because the more I see myself pale, I think the easier it is going to be. This is just my little contribution to the beauty standards that us women place on ourselves. Pale girls can be pretty too. You don't need to have a really deep tan to be beautiful. And I'm really trying to drill that in, put really healthy videos out for the young women that are watching my content. I know how damaging these beauty standards are. I will do another video on like editing and injectables and stuff like that. But for right now, I just want to leave it at embracing your natural colors, whether that's your natural hair color, your natural skin tone. Push yourself to embrace a part of you more organically. Me hating my skin, I'm trying to see it as I'm glowing because I'm angelic. That's my little 2 cents for the day. I'm gonna go into Pilates now.
I don't know how you think that being white makes you better when white skin is the weakest skin you can have. I've gotten a sunburn from eating lunch indoors too close to a window. So, where am I superior? Underground? Is that... Like in the summer, I just have to avoid the sky. Like the whole sky, people invite me to something and I have to be like, is that a roofed or non-roofed event? Because... Last summer I went to a cottage with my girlfriend's family, and the first day we were there, they wanted to go boating. That's what they call it. What they do is they park the boat in the middle of the lake, and then they drink 42 beers. So, oh, good, you guys know boating. Good. That's good. Very nautical crowd here in Winnipeg. That's great. So they wanted to do this, and the boat didn't have a cover, and I realized that I forgot to bring sunblock, which is my mistake, yeah. But I asked if anybody else had some, and her uncle hands me SPF 15. And I was like, oh, great, that'll be really useful to me at dusk. So, do you have a daytime sunblock I could use, or? And they didn't. That was all they had. And so I knew I'd get scorched right away, so I made up an excuse. I said I had a headache and had to go lie down, and they all went without me. Yeah, do you know how embarrassing that is? To be too white to do white activities? That's like not being able to take a picture of your brunch because your iPhone is too full of Michael Bublé albums.
No, I'm albino. I was in the sun for about, actually I wasn't even in the sun. I was riding in the car, and you know how when you have your window down, you're like hanging your arm out the window, you know? I did that for about 10 minutes. This is my arm that wasn't out the window, and this is my arm that was. Just albino things.
Beautiful. This is the skin of a killer, bro.
I'm really humbled by how violently white I am. Like, I'll go to the beach, I'll apply sunscreen diligently every 30 minutes without fail. I'll be on top of it, rubbing it in, everything. And it doesn't matter. It does not matter what I do, this will happen. This will happen. The back of my legs are even worse.
So here's the question. Is the sun good for us, or is it bad for us? I often get comments from people telling me I should stay out of the sun more, or I should be wearing sunscreen. But the truth is, being exposed to the sun is better for your health than avoiding it. A 20-year study carried out in Sweden with 30,000 women found that those who avoided the sun had a significantly higher risk of death from all causes, and avoiding the sun was as harmful as smoking. Sunlight does not cause melanoma. Sunburn and overexposure do. There's a difference, and it matters. Your skin was designed to handle sunlight gradually. Build up your exposure to it. Don't get sunburn. Wear a hat and use shade when needed. And you don't need to coat your skin in chemicals. Many sunscreens here in Europe and in the US contain oxybenzone. That's a hormone disruptor. It can cause fertility issues, and it's devastating to marine life. We have forgotten how to live with the sun, and it's time we remembered, because we were never meant to hide from the light.
Do you really believe that your white skin would be able to withstand the sun in Egypt? I doubt it. Sunscreen was invented in like 1930s. I had to go Google it. This is a recent development.
Yeah?
You think I'm gonna tan even though I'm in the shade?
Baba, why are you so obsessed with getting a tan?
I want to be brown.
You...
I want to have like bronze.
You want to be brown? You do realize you're white. You're as white as they come.
I want to be pasty white. I want to have a bit of colour.
Well, Baba, you should have thought about that when you chose to come as a white person. Maybe you should have come as a black person and you have a tan.
To be fair, I just go like blotchy red and then back to this colour.
Exactly. So,
horrible skin.
You're never going to be brown, my angel.
I wish I could tan.
It's okay.
I look ill.
You don't look ill. You look okay. You look good. Baba wants to be brown so bad.
I want to be bronze.
Bronze.
That bronze tan. Golden tan.
Oh, you want to have a golden tan. I get it. I get it.
I don't think it's going to happen.
It's not going to happen, my angel, but I get it.
Why? Why me?
Because you're white.
People like the sun so much? A very, very good question, and one that I've actually been asked many, many times by people in Malaysia, because of course while you guys are doing your best to stay out of the sun, you sort of duck in and out of it, you see us crazy white people laying in it, burning stupidly. The reason for that really is simply that when you come from somewhere like the UK, you don't get to see the sun an awful lot throughout the year. You take winter, for example, the sun doesn't even come up until like 9 in the morning, and it sets at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we get a very, very short day. And even for the hours that we do have of daytime, the sun just kind of skims across the horizon and it's cloudy. We don't really get a great deal of sun. You get some sunny days in the winter, but it's not common. So we'll go many months without actually seeing any sunshine, and it's freezing cold, like colder than you could possibly imagine if you have never been outside of Malaysia. And then you take our summers. We can have very, very nice summers. It can be very hot. It can actually be hotter than Malaysia, and it can be very, very sunny. Some years, though, it is not like that. Some years we have awful summers where it's cloudy and it rains and the temperature doesn't really get up that high. So it's like sun for us is a bit of a novelty. We don't get to have it year round like you do here in Malaysia. So we leave the UK and we go places either on holidays or long term. We tend to go places that are hot and sunny, and then you'll see we'll lay in the sun, turning more and more red, stupidly burning, and then probably ending up ruining our holidays, because then we can't enjoy ourselves because we're burnt. But that is just the mindset really of coming from a place where you don't get to experience sunshine very often. So you of course go abroad to find it. It really is as simple as that.
There's really like two types of white people though. There's some white people, they can tan. If he sits in the sun long enough, he turns brown. Some people, they don't turn brown, they turn red and their skin starts peeling off. Lack of melanin is the disease, so if you don't have enough, it means your body's not working correctly. But some people, they do, you just don't have a lot of it, but you have a little bit, which is not good.
Hello folks, welcome back again. I'm just hoping that you've had a very good moment while watching the clips I shared there. Now, we all know that the white supremacists knew that the black people were the chosen one. And I think that is one of the reasons that he started to make them hate themselves. And, you know, he brought a whitewashed history to them. And he went to an extent of presenting the divinity as a white person. Yet we all know that Jesus himself, for those who believe in Jesus, he was a black dude. But he went, tore that apart and now brought a different one so that he can, succeed in his story or in his ideology of elevating whiteness and making it as the standard of everything good. Because he knew by presenting it as the image of God, then every person or every black person would feel inferior in his presence because he looks like a descendant of the Creator himself. Now, there is something so deep about the black people that he failed to bring down, and that is the nature in which the black people were created. They were created, good-hearted people that had leadership qualities in them. You can see that from Barack Obama. I would not speak much on that. People that had great brains. He tried to bring that down by not funding the schools that were for blacks alone, and he made sure that he separated the whites and the blacks so that he can fund some schools and fail to fund the other ones. But even with that underfunding, black people still proved that they were incredible, and God had created them in such a great way that he cannot manipulate them. And we've seen in history, blacks have always challenged what the white supremacists wanted to publish outside here. We all know that when you want to destroy someone, you destroy his thinking capacity, how he thinks about himself, the self-esteem. And I think that is what he began by doing, by breaking down the black excellence, breaking down the black beauty. And that is why he tried to bring Satan and everything evil, branded it a black name. But I just love my black people, the likes of Martin Luther and the many more that we never saw. They made popular the name black. They made popular the beauty in black. That is why you can see even people like Martin Luther saying that black is beautiful, so that he can debunk what the white supremacists said about black people. And I can really say it really worked. And what we are seeing right now is that which the white supremacists never wanted us to see. I'm very sure if you go to Africa, most of the people in Africa, my brothers and sisters, might feel inferior in the presence of white guys. But at least by the example brought by the black Americans and the black people in Europe, now we can, feel better about ourselves. We can feel as human. We can feel as people of value. We can see ourselves as beautiful people, because now whiteness was the standard of beauty. Whiteness was the standard of morality, and they made black folks look like they were evil and they loved violence. They were untrustworthy. But the reality is always there, and you cannot mess up with the truth. It will always find itself outside here. Now you can see what they wanted us to hate: the greatness. You see, the sun itself, instead of burning the black people, it is, working together with the black people. And that shows you a greater connection with the universe itself, a greater connection with the creation itself. That blackness is the very essence of creation. But the white supremacist is not happy. But we are here to remind him that no matter what, black will always get to the top. Black will always be seen as the standard. No matter everything, no matter every barrier, black people will always take the lead. Now, I'm just your presenter today, and I appreciate your presence here. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I would love you to help me hype this video by liking it, sharing it to a wider audience, and also subscribing, especially if this is your first time in this platform. Please help support this channel by simply subscribing to the channel, liking the video, and sharing also. I am going to greatly appreciate. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your presence here. And I would also love to get to hear your feedback and your stance on what we are seeing right now. For now, let me call it a session. Goodbye, people.